BJP Member of Parliament Om Birla and Congress Member of Parliament K. Suresh have both thrown in their hats for the Lok Sabha Speaker elections. They have both filed their nominations for the Speaker elections just a short while back. In fact, you can see those visuals on your screens of both the NDA leaders backing Om Birla and the opposition leaders backing their K. Suresh's nominations. Now, viewers, this is the very first time that the Lok Sabha will witness an election for the appointment of the Speaker since 1976. There are only two other instances in the history of independent India where an election for the Lok Sabha Speaker has been held. All other instances involved a consensus between the ruling party and the opposition as well. But this time around, things have heated up. There was in fact, quite a few rumbles with regards to the position of the Deputy Speaker. The opposition had in fact received a call. Mallikarjun Kharge had received a call from Rajnath Singh yesterday itself, where the Union Minister had requested the opposition support to the government on its Lok Sabha Speaker candidate. Meanwhile, they had asked and they had questioned and they had raised the condition that the convention of the Deputy Speaker being from the opposition must be followed. However, talks have broken down. Both sides have failed to reach an agreement, leading to this twist in the tale today itself. Remember, viewers, Om Birla was the Speaker of the 17th Lok Sabha. Meanwhile, K. Suresh is an 8-time member of parliament and he's serving his 4th term in the Lok Sabha. He is, of course, the chief whip of the Congress in the lower house of the parliament, very tall leader from Kerala for the party. Meanwhile, my colleague Manohar Kesri joins us on the broadcast. Manohar, we'd seen quite a few rumbles over the course of today morning. Several high-octane developments taking place on the ground right since 10:30 today. Meanwhile, both the NDA and the INDIA bloc have now thrown in their hat in the ring for the Speaker elections. When will these elections take place? So what is the timing that we can expect that all members of the House will cast their vote?
देखिए बिल्कुल कल 11 बजे की शुरुआत होगी लोकसभा की और वोटिंग का प्रोसेस प्रक्रिया दोपहर में रहेगा। लेकिन सबसे पहले मैं बात करूं कि हमारे साथ के सुरूस हैं जो ओम बिरला के अपोजिशंस में खड़े हुए हैं और बातचीत कर रहे हैं मीडिया से। इनसे हम बात करेंगे, थोड़ा साइड हो जाएंगे। सर, हाउ मच होप यू विल विन?
English, sir. Already I told in the Parliament House, all the English media, Hindi media, already I taken my reaction.
So what's the reaction on filing that nomination, and why did India Bloc choose to file?
There is no first reaction or last reaction. So party leadership asked me to file a nomination for the post of Speaker. I filed the nomination.
So earlier there was possibility of consensus. Why did that break?
Now we tried for a consensus. We are ready to cooperate with the government for a Speaker election. At the same time, Deputy Speaker has to give us.
Right.
So we need a assurance from the government. The government is not ready to give. Government is not ready to give assurance for the Deputy Speaker post. That's why we waited for a 11:50. For the assurance from the government, but government is not ready to give any assurance. They said you support the Speaker election. After that we can discuss the Deputy Speaker post. That will
how much confidence, sir? How much confident to win?
Conditional support.
That I don't know what they are saying. That I don't know.
Sir, how much confident to win?
Trinamool Congress has not signed on your paper. Trinamool Congress is saying that we were not taken in consultation. We were not taken in confidence.
That our leadership will explain to you details.
Okay. What was the turn of events? What was the word that you had with them, and how is it that they did not agree? What was the turn of events with the NDA, with Mr.
No, there is a convention in the House. There is a convention in the House. Speaker also will be the ruling party. Then opposition party will get a Deputy Speaker post. That is the convention. Followed NDA period also, UPA period also. Now, last two times they have not given us. At that time they said you are not a recognized opposition. That's why you are not eligible for deputy speaker and LOP. Now we have a number. We have a number. Congress has 100 MPs, so we are eligible for deputy speaker also and LOP also. The deputy speaker is a convention. There is a consensus and convention.
Breaking away from the convention for decades, we haven't seen this election happen in the parliament for the speaker's post. So that convention has been broken actually today.
Yes. Yes, convention has broken. Even protest speaker selection also, they have broken the convention.
One direct question just from this point.
तो इस तरह से के सुरेश हमसे बात कर रहे थे और उनका ये कहना है कि नंबर नहीं है लेकिन कंसेंसस ब्रेक जरूर हुआ है और अब फिर हम उनसे जुड़ने की कोशिश करेंगे जी।
All right, Manohar, stay on with us because we also have Mr. Himanshu Bhatt, senior journalist, joining us on the broadcast today. Sir, thank you so much for taking out time speaking to us. There's been a twist in the tale. Earlier itself, we have generally assumed, because this has not happened oftentimes in India's electoral history. It's only happened twice before that the battle for the speaker election has actually taken place. Generally, a consensus candidate is put forth. This time the BJP has once again put forth Om Birla's name. Meanwhile, the opposition, which has gained a significant ground since the last time, they have been adamant for the deputy speaker's post, while the BJP maintains that it would defer the talks, but it would try and reach a consensus with the opposition. It seems that the Congress has now thrown its hat in the ring. K. Suresh has already filed his nomination. Where do you think this would lead to, and do you think, considering the fact that the NDA has the numbers, do you think there can be any scope provided to the opposition as far as the deputy speaker is concerned later on?
No, actually, what is happening here is one-upmanship has been played. See, when you look at the numbers, it's very, very clear. It's going to be NDA that is going to win everything. Now, if the opposition insists on having a deputy speaker's post, if they insist and if they don't want to give it up, in that case, they'll lose both, which they don't seem to realize. They seem to think that because people have given them 234 seats, they have the entitlement or the right to have that. Now, every time when it suits them, they talk of consensus and they talk of, traditions and they talk of, this and that and all. But do you know, in 2004, despite having just 145 MPs, they did not make a pro tem speaker who was the oldest man, the George Fernandez. He had won about 8 times that time. And still he was not made the speaker. But they made someone, BK Patil or someone, the pro tem speaker. So when it suits them, they talk of conventions. When it suits them, they talk of something else. Now, this has been going on. Now, here, Rajnath Singh has made it very, very clear to them that you agree on the speaker's name and then we will arrive at the consensus for the deputy speaker. Now, but they wanted an assurance from BJP. Now, how does a 99-member party want an assurance from a party that has 240 seats? In a democracy, that doesn't happen. So it's one-upmanship. Congress even today seem to think that they have defeated BJP and they are in power. Now that's the behavior, And in that, they don't want to, give up anything. And they want a fight. But then in democracy, you have to have the fight of numbers. So maybe, in the history of Indian democracy, the speaker is always conscientious. But still, if the election has to take place, it has to take place. And by doing so, when you sully your relation with the ruling party, what will happen is they will not give you anything. They will not give you even the deputy speaker's post. Because there again, if the voting takes place, it's the NDA candidate that will win the deputy speaker's post. And that is what is going to happen. So this is something like, one-upmanship going on right now. People want to score political points. That see, they did not do that, or they did not do this, and they did not accommodate us. But you are in the opposition, that you have to understand. You have still not reached the doorsteps of power. Once you reach there, you can dictate terms. Right now, by being in opposition, if you think you can bulldoze the ruling party, it's not going to happen with this BJP government. That's what I feel.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.